So this is 2016 Group C exam conducted by KPSC. So we can quickly see some of the questions and in depth about these options as well. So by doing this, we can cover many topics rather than reading one subject and covering less topics. So let's begin. The Persian work Tarikh-e Firoz Shahi was authored by. So the author was Ziauddin Barani. So in a previous class, we have discussed about the chronology of Delhi Sultanate, right? So among that topics, these actually the Tughlaq dynasty was also a part of Delhi Sultanate, and during the time of Muhammad bin Tughlaq, so this Ziauddin Burani was the contemporary, and he was supported, and mostly he was involved in two famous books. Another one is Fatwa-e Jahangiri, where he criticized about uh, some of the initiatives of Muhammad bin Tughlaq. So these books we have to remember. So and one more another medieval India term is Darul Harb. So a land of infidels. Infidels means the one who is not a believer. So just a word. Remember this. And the third question, this one I found it very important. The Chachnama. Actually, there is no evidence. The answer is author is unknown. The book written was unknown, but this was translated in Persian by Ali Kufi person in the 13th century. So this is directly taken from the NCRT book. So this much is important. And because medieval India, we won't be focusing much, and only important aspects we'll be focusing here. Yeah, here this is very important. The following question is very important. Ruler who shifted his capital from Mangalawada to Kalyana. So Mangalwada, which is located in border of Maharashtra, somewhere Solapur, so to Kalyana. Of course, you might be knowing Kalyana is the present day Basva Kalyan, which is located in Bidar district. So listen carefully. There are two Chalukyas. One is Chalukyas of Badami, and other is Chalukyas of Kalyana. So Bijala is ruler of Kalachuris. So we will discuss about these aspects, how Kalachuris came and who are the Chalukyas of Badami and Chalukyas of Kalyana. So these two important, some important aspects. If you understand these, I think, yeah, very quickly you can understand about the concept. Chalukyas of Badami. So their date is very important. 6th to 8th century they ruled. 540 AD to 757 AD. A very important the ruler is Pulikeshi first. So he is the founder of Chalukyas of Badami in the year 540 AD. And their emblem is also they have asked in FDA exam is Varaha. So then comes the Pulikeshi second. He is the greatest ruler among the early Chalukyas or Chalukyas of Badami. So why? Because he fought a battle called as Battle of Narmada. At the time, almost North India was occupied by the Harshavardhana kingdom. So he was a great ruler of North India. He came towards the border was river Narmada, right, which is located between the Vindhyas and Satpura range, and which was dividing the North India and South India. He was ruling almost all the northern part, but he was kept. But Pulikeshi, Harsha tried to came in the south, and Pulikeshi second defeated him. So that's also very important. And the battle was fought in 642 AD. And Pulkeshi has one younger brother. So actually, he was given an independent kingdom, which later on became into Eastern Chalukyas, which was ruled the part of present-day Andhra Pradesh, and from Vengi as a capital. So yeah, remember Eastern Chalukyas is important. So when we discuss overall about these things, it will come. So then again, the Karnataka Bala, they have Karnata Bala, the name of the army which they have named it. This is very important. And one more thing, of course, everyone knows Harsha was organized Kanauj Assembly and Allahabad Assembly, where he felicitated the Chinese traveler called as Huang Sang in 640 AD at Kanauj Assembly. So Kanauj Assembly was a felicitation for the the Huang Sang, and after that ceremony he attended even the the Pulkeshi second kingdom. And there is one more assembly he organizes, Allahabad Assembly, where every 5 years he used to organize, where Harsha used to give his part of arms, I mean gold, everything to the general public, and also used to discuss about problems of the subjects, means the people. So this is about the Harsha, which I wanted to emphasize is important. And then one more, the famous poet of the Pulkeshi II is Aihola inscription, which describes about his wars and his administration, everything about Pulkeshi II. So this person is also very important. So there are so many battles fought, but this battle being very unique, when Pulkeshi II attacked the capital of in present day Tamil Nadu, the capital of Pallavas, the Kanchipuram. So where Mahendravarman was with direct conflict with the Pulkeshi II, and Mahendravarman was defeated. So and at the time, he became very famous, Pulkeshi II. Then to take the revenge, his son Narsimha Varman, he attacked Pulkeshi and he killed it. So then that's also a kind of revenge he took it, and he captured Badami, and it got completely destroyed and completely vanished. And after the Chalukyas of Badami, and the son of Pulkeshi II, Vikramaditya, who restored the kingdom, is also very important. And comes the one more important, Vikramaditya II. He took the revenge to uh, took the revenge against the Pallavas, and to commemorate this victory in the Karnataka, and two of his queens, Loka Mahadevi and Triloka Mahadevi, they constructed two temples at Pattadkal. So there was a huge celebration, and he was welcomed as a heroic personality. So these things are quite important. So remember, two temples constructed at Pattadkal is Virupaksha temple and Mallikarjuna temple. So this is overall about Chalukyas of Badami, or early Chalukyas you can call it. So we have briefly covered it. And of course, there are other part like art and architecture is also very important. In mains, they will directly ask for the KS, and also the economy and society. These things are also very important. So then the Chalukyas of Kalyan. So when the Chalukyas of Badami finally, you take it for, if you take any kingdom, there will always be highest peak of its growth, and decline will also be there. So we can call it as Chalukyas of Badamis, or the feudatories. The feudatories is a term, the term is nothing but these are the kind of landlords, bigger than the term landlord. A feudal system, of course, if we can talk about, which has a origin in the Europe, of a different hierarchy. That's kind of that's different in Indian context, but feudalism in a way are larger zamindars. So Chalukyas of Kalyan are kind of feudal, so who later on took the power, and the first Taila second was its first founder. So Trilokya Malla, we can call it him. Uh, then some of the other important uh, aspect is Ranna was also in the court of uh, uh, Satyashtraya. So he was also a king in the Chalukyas of Kalyan, and he has written some of the two books which many of the times has asked in the exam, Sahasa Bhima Vijayam and Ajita Purana. So these two books are very important. Remember, and some more important fact is among these Chalukyas of Badami, Chalukyas of Kalyan. So Vikramaditya is very important. Vikramaditya sixth, because as we have Saka era, which was started during the Saka time, we have Vikrama Saka. Uh, Samvatsara, so which begins in the year of 1076 AD, and also the king got coronated here. So that is also very important. Other name they can call it have for him is Tribhonamalla and Deva. So these are the other nicknames for the Vikramaditya sixth. So and one more thing, he is a very great scholar as well, and he wrote one of the famous book called as Vigneshwara. Vigneshwara was a court poet during the time of Vikramaditya sixth, and he wrote Mitakshara, which talks about Hindu laws. So very important books. And also there is one more scholar called as Bilhana, who wrote Vikrama Deva Charitam. It talks about all achievements of Vikramaditya. So I have not written all the chronology of kings. Nowadays they are not being asked in the exam. And Someshwara third is very important because he was a great scholar. So he wrote Manaswallasa, which is called as Sanskrit encyclopedia. So remember, and also Vikramanka Buddhayam. So that's also very important that the work was dedicated to his father's so achievement, whose father was Vikramaditya sixth. So these things are very important, and art and culture also to some extent is very important for both early Chalukyas and Chalukyas of Badami or Chalukyas of Kalyan. After listening to this lecture, kindly go and read the state level books. Will be very nice because I think the NCRT books has not given much importance to these South Indian kingdoms. So I suggest you to read the state level syllabus book, which they have covered in detail and which is required for the exam as well. So yeah. Uh, yeah, after the decline of these Chalukyas of Kalyani, Kalachuris, these are somewhere the feudatories of these Chalukyas of Kalyan. They took over the capital of Kalyana, and Bijala was a famous ruler. He shifted the capital from Mangalawada to Kalyana. So this is very important. See, these options, why we covered Chalukyas of Kalyana and Badami, Someshwara 1, so Vikramaditya 6. These are famous rulers, so they may ask in the upcoming examination. So, and Bijala was the first emperor of Kalachuris, and actually one more important thing you have to remember, Basveshwara and nothing but Basvanna was a treasurer during the time of Bijala. This is also very important. And also there was a growth of Vachanakaras. Like last in a previous year question, we discussed about Jedara Dasimaya, who was also during this period, these rulers. So, so we have discussed these things, and yeah. Then original name of Alauddin Khilji was. So just remember this is not that much important. Ali Gurshap is his original name. So we don't think so. They may repeat. If repeat it, then remember it. Then Brahmaputra River in India, also known as, this is the word in the Tibetan word. So Yerlang Zangpu. So remember, so I think recently in uh, group C exam also, they have asked this question. So of course, everyone might be knowing the Brahmaputra river, you can see. So this glacier is very important because this is a place where this river originates, Chemyangdung Glacier. So remember, and the river flows, and it has right tributaries and left bank tributaries. Remember, these are major tributaries: Subansiri, Manas, Tista. So these are three major tributaries of the Brahmaputra river, and left tributary Lohit, Dhansari, Kapili are the major tributaries. Very important. There is also one more island which is formed due to the silt which brought from this river is Majuli Island, which is world's largest riverine island located in Assam. So that's also very important. And also, if you know other aspect important facts, you can let me know. This is important for the exam. Yeah, this is somewhat a little bit a tougher question. Which crop can be cultivated under the following condition? I think agri students can easily make it. So, of course, you can remember the Western Ghats where high humidity will be there. So if you can correlate like this, alternate cool and warm waves will come because it's very near to the sea. This also rainfall will be also be moderate to high, and temperature from low to high. So if we even have a confusion by this high humidity is required for tea. So because sugarcane, paddy, and wheat can't be cultivated in high humidity because it will be prone to attract many diseases and pests. So this is a basic concept. Then very important, this also we have seen when we discussed about the establishment of Delhi Sultanate. When Gauri came invading towards India, at the time the Prithviraj Chauhan was ruling. So in the first battle of Tarain, he uh, Muhammad Ghori got defeated, and again he came back in the year 1192, and he won the second battle. They have a second battle of Terrain. So Prithviraj third was a uh, fought with the Gori. So remember, after Gori got murdered, and he had a close slave called as Aibak, who was appointed in India and started ruling. Then that chronology that we have discussed already. So yeah. So ninth question. This is also repeatedly they have asked. So southwest monsoon. So of course there is two types of monsoon. One is southwest and northeast. These are seasonal in nature, and they have asked in which month. June to September will be called as southwest monsoon. Northeast from October to January, we also call it as retreating monsoon. So then Agriculture Department of Karnataka has divided Karnataka into 10 agroclimatic regions. So different regions are there: northern region, northern dry region. So no need to remember all these things. The fact is 10 climatical regions are very important. So then which of the following reservoir is called as Baswa Sagar Reservoir? So also called as Narayanpur Dam. So here already this we have got circulated. See, Narayanpur Dam, which is located in Yadgir district, so which is also called as Baswa Sagar Dam. It is constructed across Krishna River. One more important dam is Almatti Dam, which is also called as Lal Bahadur Shastri Dam, located in Bagalkote, and it is constructed across uh, Krishna River. So then some of the other important dams we can see later on when it comes in the questions. So, so KRS Almaty Dam that we have uh, discussed, Ghataprabha Dam on Ghataprabha River. So then under which program a green revolution was achieved? So very important this question because recently MS Swaminathan was passed away. So IADP in the year 1960 was established, so to promote green revolution in India. So and there is one more program, high yielding variety seeds program to promote high yielding varieties, which was launched in the year 1966. So these two aspects I found very important. Famous Magodu waterfall is located in a river called as Bedti River. Bedti River again, western flowing river. So here it is given falls also. So this is Bedti River, Magod Falls, also called as the river is Gangavalli or Bedti River. So this is also they have asked Lushington Falls or Unchalli Falls, which is located on Agnashini River. This is also west flowing river. So one more important aspect is Gokak Falls, which is located across Ghattaprabha River, and it is called as Niagara of Karnataka. You can see uh, the dam as well here. So, and one more important, there is a River. So, which there is also one fall called as Kunchikal Falls, which is highest in India, located in Shivamogga district. So very important. Please clarify whether the Jog Falls or the Kunchikal Fall is the highest fall in India. So somewhere in we got this as a Kunchikal Falls. So then one more important, Hogenekal Falls bordering Karnataka, which is located across Kaveri River. This is called as Niagara Fall of India. Don't confuse, Niagara Fall of India is different, Niagara Fall of Karnataka. So there are other falls which they have. These falls we have mentioned, uh, which previously KPSC has asked. So then one more, this is famous Magod waterfalls. That's just we have discussed it. Then Gudavi Bird Sanctuary, which is located in which district? They have asked. Shumoga district. Wildlife sanctuaries or bird sanctuaries are very important. So we will take them in detail in coming classes. So they have asked, it's a easier question. Preamble of the Constitution declare that India is a, so of course everyone knows that socialist and secular was incorporated in the year 1976 and the 47 Constitutional Amendment Act. So three words: socialist, integrity, and secular. So of course the sequence is also very important. First, sovereign, socialist, secular, democratic, republic. So this is very important. This also we have discussed in the previous. The highest peak in Karnataka. We have discussed highest peak in Western Ghats, highest peak in Eastern Ghats, Vindhyas, Satpura, Aravalis, and Himalayas also. So they have asked the highest peak in Karnataka, Mullayanagiri. The height is 1930 meters. So these very important. So the highest peak in Western Ghat is Annamudi. So we have seen, and the here they have mentioned Kudremukh, which is national park, and again Pushpagiri. This is a wildlife sanctuary, which is located in Kodagu, and Kapata Gudda, which is located in Gadag, is also a wildlife sanctuary. Remember, there are total 21 wildlife sanctuaries and 5 national parks. This number they have asked the previous exam also, previously conducted exam as well. So yeah, this is again polity question. Polity bit, I think if you have basic understanding, you can make such questions correctly. An election to fill a vacancy in the office of president occurring by reason of his death, resignation, or removable will be filled. So it has to be filled not less than 6 months. So this number is very important. Then comes, so they have written about fund established by the parliament and placed at the disposal of the president for the purpose of meeting unforeseen expenditure. Unforeseen, which is we have no control over such expenditures. So such expenditure is a contingency fund of India. So here D would be the answer, because kindly make sure that you read very properly. Contingency fund of the state they have mentioned Contingency Fund of India. So that deals with Article 267. Article also very important. So this talks about to meeting unforeseen expenditure of the India. So and they have also brought an act in the year 1950, Contingency Fund of India Act, through which president of course the parliament will establish it, and on behalf of yeah this fund is placed at the disposal of president. On his own he can't take that fund. Of course cabinet approval will be there, but remember article 267, and consolidate fund of India is article 266. So these two are very important. Then concept of welfare state has been elaborated enough. Everyone knows this. It is called as DPSPs. So I think this topic is very important. It takes a lot of time to discuss. Kindly read all three DPSP: socialistic, uh, the the liberal and socialistic, liberal, and one more. I think three classification they have considered is you remember all these thing. One more I could not able to recall it. So if you know, kindly comment it. So it's very important DPSP, and yeah, make sure that whenever you see the question, you circle it incorrect, because we may skip and we may mark it wrong. So, which is incorrect about State Public Service Commission. So, if you read it here, two statement, it advise on disciplinary action against officers of All India Service. No, it doesn't do, because All India Service will take care by UPSC. So our central government. So we can eliminate. The chairman and members are appointed by the president. No, it's appointed by the governor. So this is incorrect, and rest you can eliminate, and you can arrive the answer. Yeah, this is one more important aspect regarding state emergency, which is nothing but um, president rule. Okay, so very important. See, they have asked which one is correct. When state, what are the following grounds on which a president rule can be imposed? So remember, when state government failed to keep the assurances given at the time of election. Not necessary, because of course election time many politicians comes and give assurances like we do this, we do like that. So they won't be implemented. It's not the reason for implementing president rule. Yeah, this is important. When state government function unconstitutionally. Yeah, and when state government failed to comply with the direction given by the union. So which deals with Article 365. There are two more emergencies exist in the state. One is national emergency and financial emergency. Three times they have brought national emergency. Two times during the time of war, which is due to the external aggression or external reason, and other is due to internal disturbances, which was brought during the time of Indira Gandhi in the year 1975. And at that time Fakhruddin Ali Ahmed was the president. So remember, this question might appear in the exam. So the president rule remained for 21 months, and for the first time during Indo-Sino War or India-China War, 1962, 26th October, the proclamation of national emergency was announced. So after that, in 1971, India-Pakistan War, the external emergency was also announced. And financial emergency article 360, till now there is no financial emergency announced in India. So for 352 article deals with the emergency, national emergency. So this is very important, these three articles. Yeah. 22nd question. In Karnataka, the nodal agency for implementation of all state and central housing scheme is Rajiv Gandhi Rural Housing Corporation. N number of time they have repeated this question. So it was established in the year 2000. Then again, cropping intensity in Karnataka. So 14, 15, as the exam was in 16, they have asked 1 year current affairs. So currently the cropping intensity of India is 116. Sorry, Karnataka is 116 and India 141. So cropping intensity means number of times you are going to take the crops in a year. So that is how it is, roughly it is calculated. So the percentage 116, remember this. Then they have asked about central scheme Nirmal Gram Puraskar. So of course, if you understand Nirmal Gram Puraskar, you can easily, like, what is needed in Nirmal Puraskar, what is needed in rural areas, and Nirmal means related with its total sanitation campaign. So kindly one of you student make note of Swachh Bharat Abhiyan. They may ask about when it was. There are so related with content related with Swachh Bharat Abhiyan. It's very important. Let's again. 14th Finance Commission has recommended the increase of state share in net proceeds. This is also last time we have seen. So 32 to 42%. Now it is 32 to 41%. Earlier it was 42. So 14th Finance Commission knows that YV Reddy was headed, and now a 15th Finance Commission will be NK Singh committee. So we have seen some of the recommendations as well. So FRBM, these things and all. Article 280 deals with Finance Commission. Then this is very important. Last time we have seen a 5-year plan 1, 2, 3, and human development as a core of all the development efforts was given in 8th 5-year plan uh, in the year 1992 to 1997. This is very important. See, this is being very old question. Still, planning related will be important for the examination perspective. At present, how many regional rural banks are operating in India? So the concept behind this is very important because the father of rural regional RRBs, rural regional rural bank, is M. Swaminathan, not MS Swaminathan. Remember, and one more thing, it has brought through the Act of Parliament in RRB Act in the year 1976. So it has a joint ownership where central government has 50% share in it. 15% is by state government and 35% by the lead bank. UPSC has asked what is lead bank. So the bank which is whose branches are maximum in a particular district will be considered as a lead bank, or these banks will become the sponsorer banks. These three important, remember the chronology, which one is highest contributor and which one will be the lowest contributor. So this is very important. So then stable isotope of hydrogen. So this is also repeated. Deuterium, which is being used as a the moderate or coolant in the nuclear reactor. So then again, the compound that was responsible for the Bhopal gas tragedies, of course, which was a catastrophe in the year 1984, 2nd December, methyl isocyanate. So remember, this is also very important because that's a chemical emergency. So chemical catastrophe, you can call it disaster. The most popular model of microfinance institutions, of course, all regional banks and all these are microfinance institution only. They lend a small amount of uh, a loan, but most popular is a model self-help groups. So I know many of you might be knowing the concept of how self-help groups work, how they mobilize. So these things should know. Which of these gas, which of these is called as stranger gas? So this is stranger gas is xenon, which is nothing but strange in Greek word. So there is nothing much involved here. Among the gases in the atmosphere, I think everyone knows that nitrogen constitute N2, that is 78%. Oxygen is 28%. Remember, these are some of these gases, rare gases also important. Argon, highest out of 78, 22%. Argon 0.9 somewhere percent, close to 1%. Neon, carbon dioxide, helium, methane, followed by hydrogen, nitrogen oxide, nitrogen dioxide, and ozone. This is the sequence of increasing in terms of percentage in the atmosphere. So this is, remember, mine salt is Rich in iodine, poor in iodine. Of course, iodine is added after mining of the salt. It will be poor in iodine. So such question don't hurry answer it. So which of the following nuclear reaction takes place in sun? Nuclear reaction is a nuclear fusion where hydrogen combines, gives rise to helium. So, but in nuclear reactor, it is a nuclear fission. That thing everyone knows about it. So, range of nanoparticles in the range is the size of nanoparticle is 10 to the power of 9 meters. So, the major constituent in the atmosphere, just now we have read, that is nitrogen, N2. So again, major reason for increasing the greenhouse gas concentration atmosphere is, so this is simple. You can mark it: burning of fossil fuel and deforestation. Methane emission can be avoided if the rice is cultivated by method. So aerobic is the method. So I think for agri students not tougher. Even for the other student, you might have seen the rice or paddy being, flooded with water, which is very harmful because that emits the methane. So when because some of the microorganism located in the soil needs oxygen, which will be taken from the carbon present in the soil, and that's how that methane conversion will form. If it is aerobic, where you are not flooding the water, so at that point of time there won't be much methane release. So this can be best method for rice cultivation. Of course, they have disadvantage as well. So this is about me. The ozone layer is damaged by free radicals of chlorine. Of course, CFC, this and all, we ozone depleting compounds. And also we have seen the different layers of atmosphere. Ozone is like located in the second layer, which is the called as stratosphere. So, and also we have seen the Vienna Convention, which talks about the ozone protection of ozone layer and ozone depleting compound removal and all. 1885 also very important. Following gases contribute maximum percentage in nitrogen. So same question they have repeated. So this is a very important question as well. Yeah.